Don't you dare embarrass us with your cheap taste. Lily's voice was a blade, slicing just beneath the surface of her practiced smile. Her manicured nails dug into my forearm as the chandelier light gleamed off her diamond earrings, gifts paid for with my money. She didn't even look at me when she said it, just whispered the words through clenched teeth, then turned back toward the photographer with a laugh so polished it sounded rehearsed. I stood frozen, surrounded by silk gowns and champagne flutes, the clink of crystal and shallow flattery filling the air. It was her engagement gala, a grotesque $40,000 display of wealth and vanity, funded almost entirely by me, quiet transfers, covered debts, Venmo requests answered without question. Cheap taste, Lily? You wore my generosity like couture. I opened my mouth to respond, but her grip only tightened. I don't care what you paid for, she hissed, just don't ruin this, stay quiet, stay invisible. She let go of me like I was something disposable, a utility, not family. The photographer called her name, she twirled, she glowed, everyone applauded. I stood in the background like a servant. James, one of Colin's friends, sidled up beside me, holding a flute of champagne. You doing okay? I nodded, too stunned to lie properly. She's intense, he said, eyebrows raised. I gave a small laugh, but the humiliation burned. And then, something shifted. A spark inside me, something final. I left the ballroom without a word. My hands shook as I walked through the marble corridors of the hotel, rage and clarity warring in my chest. I pulled out my phone. I had 1 hour. When I returned, the music was still playing, the room buzzed with idle gossip and flattery. Until the doors slammed open. Gasps rippled across the crowd. There I stood, in a massive hot dog costume, foam bun and all, a wavy strip of yellow mustard down my chest, every head turned. Silence. Then laughter, nervous, shocked, scattered. Lily's face went white, her mouth dropped open, her wine glass slipped from her hand, shattering on the floor. Colin blinked in stunned disbelief. My parents stared like they'd seen a ghost. I stepped forward, arms wide. Good evening, everyone, I announced. I just wanted to congratulate the happy couple, Lily, who taught me that family means money, control, and silence, and Colin, well, you're about to learn the rest on your own. Lily shrieked, get out, you're ruining everything. I gave a deep, theatrical bow, the hot dog bun folding around me. I'm just honoring your request, sis, I said with a grin. Didn't want to embarrass you with my cheap taste. I turned and walked out, leaving behind a stunned room and the sound of everything Lily built cracking beneath her heels. But that was just the beginning. By dawn, my phone was vibrating off the table. 42 missed calls, then 60, then more, Lily, Mom, even Colin. I ignored them all. Instead, I picked up the phone and calmly called Windward Resorts. I need to cancel a honeymoon package. Yes, Lily Carter. No, it won't be rebooked. Please issue the refund to the original payer. That would be me. Then her card, frozen. Finally, I opened the digital folder I'd saved for this moment. Screenshots, voice memos, messages, everything Lily said about Colin, how she was using him, mocking his background, laughing about how easy he was to manipulate. I sent it all to him. 2 hours later, another call. Lily, voice raw, please, please don't do this. Just talk to me, please. I didn't answer. I let her drown in the silence she once forced on me. By noon, the knock came, desperate, wild. My mother. Her face was pale, mascara smudged, hands clenched into trembling fists. You're destroying her, she said. She's your sister. No, I replied. She destroyed herself. I just stopped covering for her. You've always been cruel, she snapped. You've never understood what she's been through. I laughed, cold and sharp. You mean how she lived off me for years while you called her your pride and joy? How I gave everything, and you praised her for taking it? She's hurting, Mom whispered. She's lost everything. She earned it, I said flatly. Her slap came without warning, sharp, final. We stared at each other. I should never have come here, she said, then turned and walked away. I closed the door slowly, the sting on my cheek already fading. But the fire inside me had just begun to burn. That evening, I slipped into the hotel where Lily and Colin were staying. I already knew the room number. Mom had mentioned it by accident in her panicked call earlier. I stepped off the elevator and walked down the plush hallway, each step deliberate. The reckoning wasn't over. Not yet. I was just outside their door when I heard it, Lily's voice, muffled but cutting through the silence like a blade. I don't care what he says, Colin, she snapped. He's always been jealous, always trying to sabotage me. Colin's voice was hesitant, almost broken. I warned you about him, Lily, but why would he cancel the honeymoon? And those messages, he sent them to me. You actually believe that? She said, laughing, brittle and forced. He faked them. He's obsessed with me, Colin. He can't stand that I'm happy. You have to believe me. He's not well. I edged closer, pressing myself to the wall beside the door, jaw clenched tight. He just seemed so calm, Colin muttered, not angry, just certain. That's what he does. Lily's voice cracked with urgency. He plays the victim. He always has. He wants you to doubt me, to push you away from me. I heard his footsteps shifting, unsure, then a sigh. Maybe I just need some air. I need to think. No, she cried, panic sharpening her tone. Colin, please don't go, please. I can't lose you too, not because of him. Silence, then the soft click of the door, and footsteps retreating down the hall. I turned the corner just in time to watch Colin disappear into the elevator. My blood pounded. She was still lying, still rewriting the truth to cast herself as the victim and me as the villain. But I wasn't just angry anymore. I was done being used. I pulled out my phone, opened the voice recorder, and waited. 30 minutes later, I heard her again, this time on the phone, her voice colder than before. He's trying to ruin everything, she hissed. But Colin? He's not hard to control. And my parents? They'll never believe him. They always take my side. A pause. Then her voice turned low and syrupy. No, you don't understand. My brother's always been pathetic. I've made him look crazy before. It's just harder now. He's finally pushing back. My hand trembled. She wasn't reacting, she'd been plotting. But now I had her. The door opened. Lily stepped out, phone still to her ear. Yeah, I'll call you back. I've got to fix this mess. She stopped cold when she saw me. Fixing another one of your messes, Lily? I said quietly. She spun around, face pale. What are you doing here? I held up my phone, listening. Turns out you say the most honest things when you think no one can hear you. Her eyes narrowed, fury overtaking fear. You don't know what you're doing. No, I finally do. I turned and walked away. She didn't follow. But I wasn't finished. I drove to our parents' house, lights on, laughter inside. Through the window, I saw them, Mom, Dad, Lily, eating dinner like nothing had happened. He's having another one of his episodes, Lily said lightly, slicing her steak. I feel bad, but we can't let him drag us down. Dad shook his head. I always knew he'd be trouble. Mom gave that sad, practiced smile. We just have to support you, sweetheart. He'll grow out of it. I stepped back from the window. The shadow swallowed me. They had chosen. I was the enemy. But I was done hiding. The lake shimmered under the late afternoon sun. The checkered picnic cloth danced in the breeze. Fried chicken, mashed potatoes, apple pie, my childhood favorites, sat untouched. They were already there. Lily, in a white summer dress, beaming, Mom, fluttering with fake warmth, Dad, arms crossed, cold-eyed. Colin sat at the edge, quiet, distant. Lily waved. There you are, don't be a stranger. I walked up, slow and steady. The air smelled sweet, but every smile was poisoned. We just wanted to make things right, Lily said sweetly. Start over, like family should. Yeah, Dad muttered. Family doesn't turn on each other. I looked at Colin. His eyes wouldn't meet mine. Sit down, Mom urged, pushing a plate toward me. We made your favorites. I sat, didn't touch a bite. I know things got tense, Lily said gently, voice trembling with calculated guilt. I was overwhelmed. Maybe I overreacted. Overreacted, I repeated. My voice was cold steel. Interesting word. Her laugh was thin, unnatural. Oh, come on, we're trying to make peace. Peace? I leaned forward. Or a cover-up? Her smile faltered. Her eyes darted toward Dad. Enough, he barked. This was supposed to be your chance to apologize. Apologize? I laughed. Bitter. Right, I'm the villain. Lily's the victim. Because you are. Dad slammed his fist on the table. You embarrassed her. You embarrassed us. I reached into my pocket. You're right. Let's let Lily explain. I pressed play. Her voice, clear as day, filled the air. Colin isn't full. I can handle him. My parents will never take his side. They always protect me. Colin looked up, stunned. Lily. It's a lie, she shouted, lunging for the phone. I stepped back, holding it high. Not this time. You faked that. You're trying to ruin me, Lily hissed, her voice trembling. Am I? I pressed play again. My brother has always been a loser. I can make him look crazy. I've done it before. The words slammed into her like a punch. Lily's face twisted, her eyes wide with panic. Turn that off, Dad roared, his face flushed with anger. Stop this nonsense. But I wasn't done. You want nonsense? Listen to this. I swiped again. I warned you about him, Colin. He's obsessed with me. He needs help. The recording echoed, cutting through the tension like a blade. Colin stood up, fists clenched, his jaw working in disbelief. He turned to Lily, eyes wide. You told me he was trying to ruin our relationship, that he threatened you. He did, she screamed, her voice shrill. It's all lies, Colin. He's manipulating all of this. It's not true. I reached into my bag, pulled out a folder, and tossed it onto the table with a deliberate thud. Read them, Colin. Texts, screenshots, her real thoughts about you, about your family, everything. Colin's hand shook as he flipped through the pages, his face draining of color, his breath quickened. Lily, you called my mom a burden. You said you wished she would just disappear. Her mouth opened and closed, but no words came out. That was a joke. You know I didn't mean it. Oh, you meant it, I said, my voice cold. And here's more. I tapped my phone again. I swear, if my brother doesn't shut up, I'll make sure everyone thinks he's a psycho. I can always fake a few tears. Mom will believe anything I say. The mask was slipping. Lily's world, perfect on the surface, was crumbling. Liar, she screamed, her face contorted with rage. You're lying. You faked all of this. I did? I leaned in, my voice barely a whisper. Shall we call your friends? Your little gossip crew? Or maybe your ex, Sarah, the one you laughed about stealing money from? Lily's eyes went wide, her lips trembling. You wouldn't. Oh, I already did. I pulled out another folder and slapped it down in front of her. A sworn statement from Sarah, confirming you stole her phone and used it to text her boyfriend. I have more. Want to keep going? Stop this. Mom's voice cracked, tears streaking down her face. You're tearing this family apart. No, I corrected her, my voice as cold as ice. I'm showing you what you refused to see. Your perfect daughter? She's a liar, a manipulator, and you've always chosen her over me. Because you're jealous, Dad roared, slamming his hand on the table. She's better than you. She always has been. I laughed, bitter and hollow. Better at what? Lying? Using you? Stealing? Colin shoved the folder away, his face a mask of disgust. I can't believe I ever. He turned to Lily, eyes full of betrayal. You're a monster. He yanked the engagement ring off his finger and threw it at her feet. We're done. No, Colin, please. Lily lunged at him, but he stepped back, his expression colder than I'd ever seen. Stay away from me, he said, his voice empty. You're poison. Lily's face twisted into something unrecognizable before she turned on me, hands clawing through the air. You did this, she spat. You ruined everything. Ruined? I took a step back, watching her unravel. No, I revealed it. Dad grabbed her, pulling her away. Get out, he yelled at me. You've done enough damage. I smiled, grabbing the last piece of pie from the table and wrapping it in a napkin. Sure, but just remember, this is the only thing I'm taking with me. Everything else? Never mine. I walked away, their screams fading behind me. As I reached the edge of the field, I saw Colin standing by his car, staring at the lake. He looked at me, confusion and pain twisting his face. Why? He whispered. Why did you do it? I met his gaze, the weight of years finally lifting off my shoulders. Because silence would have been a lie, I said, and I'm done living in their story. I climbed into my car, the wind carrying the shattered echoes of a family built on lies, and for the first time, I felt free. The morning after the explosion at the picnic, I thought it was finally over. I was wrong. At 7 a.m., my phone rang. The name on the screen surprised me. Grandma. Sweetheart, I've heard everything, she said, her voice calm but cutting. Your parents are trying to make you the villain. I don't care anymore, I sighed, slumping in the chair. I just want it to be over. It's not over, she insisted, her tone firm. Not until they pay back everything they stole from you. Grandma, I didn't do this for money, I just wanted them to stop using me. And they won't stop unless you make them pay. I'm coming over. An hour later, Grandma was standing in my kitchen, her sharp eyes scanning the room. Show me everything you've spent on them, she demanded. I opened my banking app and showed her the years of payments. Lily's wedding, $24,000. Dad's debts, $12,000. Monthly support, over $30,000. Her jaw tightened. Disgusting. They used you, but it ends today. That afternoon, Grandma called for a family meeting at her house. When I arrived, they were already there, Lily pale, Mom fidgeting, Dad pacing. Finally decided to face us? Dad sneered. I didn't answer. I sat next to Grandma, who silently cut through the tension with a single look. I've seen the proof, she said, her voice as cold as the winter wind. You three have used him like an ATM. That stops now. Mom, please. Lily's voice was sugary sweet. He's just overreacting. Be quiet. Grandma cut her off, her voice like ice. If you don't repay him every cent he spent on you, I will change my will. You'll get nothing. Mom's face went white. Mom, you can't. Oh, I can, Grandma said, her eyes flashing. I won't leave a penny to those who take advantage of family. Lily's eyes filled with tears. But Grandma, you lied, you manipulated, and you will pay for it. Dad grumbled, crossing his arms. This is a family matter. He's just trying to divide us. I'm opening her eyes. I said flatly, you did this to yourselves. Enough. Grandma's voice silenced the room. Return his money or lose everything. Half an hour later, Dad returned, his hand shaking as he clutched his checkbook. Here, he spat, tossing the check at me. Take it. I didn't destroy this family, I replied, my voice unwavering. You did. Lily's voice cracked. Grandma, please. I'm watching you learn consequences, Grandma said coldly. I picked up the check, folded it, and stood. I'm done here. I walked out, Grandma's silent strength like a shield at my back. That night, I sat by my window, holding a warm cup of tea. For the first time in years, I wasn't thinking about them. My phone buzzed, a message from Grandma. Proud of you, don't look back, love, Grandma. I smiled. They were gone, their lies, their control, all of it. I didn't do this for revenge. I did it for freedom. My own freedom from their lies and manipulation. And as I watched the sunrise spilling light over the city, I finally felt it.